Hello, hello, welcome back. So today's daily reading, we are reading another excerpt from Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown, The Quest for True Belonging and the Courage to Stand Alone. And the reason why I'm reading another excerpt from here is because it's so good. Okay, so this is from the section, it's page 40. It's from the section titled The Quest and the Paradox. And we're going to go pretty quickly today, okay? So this is going to be a very short video. As I often say, I'm an experienced map maker, but I can be as much of a lost and stumbling traveler as anyone else. We all must find our own way. This means that while we may be sharing the same research map, your path will be different from mine. Joseph Campbell wrote, "If you can see your path laid out in front of you step by step, you know it's not your path. Your own path you make with every step you take. That's why it's your path." The quest for true belonging begins with this definition that I crafted from the data. It will serve as a touchstone as we move through the work together. Okay, so now here's Brene's definition of belonging. True belonging is the spiritual practice of believing in and belonging to yourself so deeply that you can share your most authentic self with the world and find sacredness in both being a part of something and standing alone in the wilderness. True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. It requires you to be who you are. That's good, right? That is so good. And so the other reason why I want to share this is I did an interview this morning in a coaching group that I lead confidence coaching calls for. If you're interested in that, if you are a coach, then the group is led by Susan Bradley Bortfield, and her group is Coaches on the Rise. And you can certainly, search that on Facebook and connect with her there. But we were talking today about, confidence and being a coach and, those moments when you feel like you are all alone and, you know how much you have to give, and yet you keep having these moments where you feel like a beginner. You feel like you are braving the wilderness. You're on your own because you're carving your own path. And so I want to say two things about that. Number one, if you're a coach, that's like huge indication that you're an awesome coach, because you continue to put yourself in situations where you have to learn again. You have to be that beginner. You are growing and stretching your wings more and more and more. So if you're a coach, you know the value in learning. And I just want to apply it to all these new things that you may be finding yourself learning. Like, oh, now I got to learn how to be an entrepreneur. Now I got to learn like all these tech things that, maybe you were already good at, already had a knack for, maybe you completely did not. And so there's all these things that come up when you're deciding to be a coach and really embark on that journey. And I totally get it. And so, definitely connect with a support system that can support you in that journey. But here's what I also want to say in terms of being you, whether you're a coach or just anybody else at all, is I believe that it's really foundational. And in order to have a very deeply rooted sense of confidence in yourself. And yes, there's talk about how there's a difference between confidence and self-esteem, and I completely agree. To me, it's all under the umbrella of confidence, though. I think that's what we typically think of. I don't think it's common for someone to say, oh, I have low self-esteem. You might just think, oh, I'm not feeling so confident in something, right? You let me know. Maybe you have a different thought process, and that's really fine too, right? But so here's what I think. In order to have a firmly rooted sense of confidence in yourself, it really foundationally, you want to know who you are. How can you be who you are if you don't know who you are, right? If you don't allow yourself to fully see yourself, to fully accept your strengths, to embody you, right? If you're trying to belong to someone else, belong to some other group and fit in, then it is a paradox. If you keep trying to fit in with others and with that be some, bend and mold yourself and maybe be someone that you're not, then you're not actually fitting in. You're actually creating more resistance, and you're just kind of all like, bumping up against each other. However, So sorry, I don't know. I've never done that before. However, if you're allowing yourself to be comfortable in your own skin, to confidently be who you are, then you actually can be in a state of more flow where you actually can connect with others and fit in effortlessly, naturally, because you're being you. So I wanted to share that today. Like I said, I do need to keep this video short. Let's go ahead and move right into, we're going to move into we're going to keep it, even though we're short, we're going to do a postcard from Spirit because that feels right. So we're doing a postcard from Spirit because if you're on this journey feeling alone, it's really good to know that you have support beyond what you can see. And so let's tap into that. Let's connect with that right now. Okay, so what message of support do you have for us right now? For everybody who views today's video. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. What message of support wants to come through? Okay, so with this deck, I get the message of just choosing one. So the front of the card says, "You are magic." And the back of the card says, "Dearest you, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in its flaws, and we view the creations of Spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence." All is unique, yet part of a unity in existence. That means you, right? Yes, it does. But the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you right now. So forget your idea of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter life with all its flossomeness. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too, imperfect and human, complex or simple. It doesn't matter, for there is always something to discover, experience, and love. When you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. Loving you like crazy. And I know this card came up the other day. It may have actually come up a couple of times. And so very fitting. We're going to end with a power thought card, right? It just doesn't seem natural for me to just pull one card. So let's see what power thought card also wants to show up for us today. And if this is your first time watching one of these videos, I'm doing these every day in August 2019. And so if you want to go ahead and if you subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell, then you'll be notified on future ones that I do. And I would love to pull a card for you. So if you join me live and comment in the comments on the live chat, then I would be happy to pull a card for you as well. So just got to let me know. And if you'd like to connect with me beyond this, you can connect with me over on Facebook at Kim O'Neill Coaching, the Every Day is a New Day show and coaching page, or connect with the Every Day is a New Day group. And I've got some links down below in the comments of this video. So I think we've got possibly 2 messages from this deck. What message wants to come through for everybody who watches today's video? No, maybe it's just one. Okay, so here's what, yeah, okay, this is the one. I accept my uniqueness. So if you're in a space of feeling like you don't accept your uniqueness, how about using this as an affirmation? Just start to tell it to yourself. Just make it a habit. Make it a habit every day. You're going to tell yourself this 10 times. Just start to integrate that into like the verbiage that you would use for yourself. Start to connect, let those synapses in your brain start to like rewire and go, oh, what? She's telling herself this? Huh? And then it'll start to formulate something. And then you'll start to actually feel something. And yes, there's another way to go about affirmations where you start with what you actually believe first. And yet sometimes, and I've experienced this from my own personal experience, sometimes you got to do it the other way around too. Because if you're finding it too hard to somehow believe in any sense of the value of your own uniqueness, then you know what? Then just start with the affirmation that you do and let other pieces start to shift into place. And then you'll start to develop a sense of, oh, something shifted. Okay, what's true for me now? Wow, it's true for me now that I'm willing to embrace the value of who I am. I'm willing to embrace my uniqueness. You can go about it a couple of different ways. The point is to start to tell yourself how awesome you are. Anyway, and if you are interested in coaching, this is something that comes up a lot in coaching sessions and in different ways. And I would be happy to do a free strategy session with you and see how I can support you in developing more confidence in owning who you are and moving forward in your personal life, your professional life, whatever that may be, because you're amazing. And it's all about you owning that and knowing it first before anybody else can. So with that said, I got to take off, but I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye.